At New Life Church, I'm Pastor Joe. I'm here with Jon Plotner, who is Associate Pastor of Communities, and he mainly oversees the section communities that have been happening here at New Life for almost a year and a half. He's been here for the whole thing, and so you have a year and a half plus of stories. So tell us one of the stories from section communities.
Well, one of the things we love about section community is when a new family comes and being able to get connected with them very easily. So actually one Sunday morning I got a text message from Gabe Jenkins, our men's pastor. He'd met a young guy at men's discipleship and said they're in your section. So look for Evan and Sarah. I'm kind of wandering around looking for the new couple and found them, introduced them, said, hey, you're Evan, you're Sarah. They were blown away that somebody knew their name right away. I arranged to have coffee with Evan, and so we went for coffee. Meantime, his wife had gotten involved in MOPS, and they were already at someone's house. They're hosts in our section, having dinner with two of our families, and they've only been there for a month or two in their church. So,
well, you have more stories too.
I have more with that story.
Go ahead.
So we have coffee. End of our coffee, he says, "Hey, can we meet again next week?" Sure. And 3 or 4 weeks go by, and he finally says, hey, could we study a book or something together?
This is Bible study.
Yeah, I'm like, absolutely. So I do a little research, ask around what's a good book that we could study together, and give it to him at our section party. I handed it to Evan. I said, here's the book we're going to study. Great, he's all excited. We're going to meet the next morning. And he comes up, he goes, hey, I just saw Jonathan in our section, at our section party. He'd like to come too. Is that all right? I'm like, sure. And so I said something to Jonathan, he goes, yeah, and Matt was also saying that doesn't have a small group and he'd like to come as well. So out of just normal organic relationships in section community, we have small groups that are emerging, which is really, really what we're excited about is that, those are going to just develop naturally over time.
Well, you are a blessing to this church. I know section communities, they're working, it's just people getting together and doing community together. And so praise the Lord for you and what you're doing. I'm Pastor Joe. This is this week's New Life Story. We'll see you next week.